that every married woman in his family would spread a white sheet on her bed on the first night of her wedding, and in the morning, the family's bride would go to the market to sell the sheet. If there was a bloodstain on the sheet, the woman was highly respected and considered a virgin. Now that I had learned this, I was terrified because I was afraid that some kind of evil eye would fall on my sheet. I was worried about my honor and was extremely worried. On the wedding night, the room was closed. The fragrance of flowers and the dim light of the world made the atmosphere strange. I was delirious. But there was no peace on my husband's face either. His lips were pursed, and his eyes were moist. He slowly came closer to me. My scarf had slipped a little. He extended his hand, but then quickly pulled back. I softly said, "If you want, this moment can be ours forever." He said in a low voice, "I fall in your heart and I'm sharing my secret." He was about to speak when the door opened. My mother-in-law came in. Her eyes were fixed on the bed. She asked, "Where's the fan?" "Everyone's waiting outside." My heart pounded with fear. My husband said in a rasping voice, "Mom, I forgot to spread the sheets." After my mother-in-law left, the room was silent. We both looked at each other, and in the silence, our bodies spoke volumes. I reached out and held his hand. He was startled. It was as if someone had touched him after years. His hands were trembling. He held my face close to his. Our breaths touched each other. My husband kept saying, "I wish I could tell you everything." I replied, "Sometimes, secrets aren't hidden in words. They're better hidden in glances." His eyes roamed my lips. For the first time, he came so close that my eyelids closed automatically. During the day, we were just normal husband and wife. But at night, every time the door closed, a new restlessness would arise. He would sometimes take my hand in his and gaze at me for a long time. He would also lightly touch the tresses fluttering at my neck. I wouldn't let those moments stop. Our eyes spoke in silence. One night, he slowly moved closer to my ear and asked, "Do you know your scent drives me crazy?" My heart began to pound at his words. I closed my eyes and bowed my head. That moment felt like it had transported me to another world. My husband had veiled me. My mother-in-law began to get suspicious. That night, she saw us sitting close to each other. I immediately backed away, but my husband mustered up courage. He said, "Mother, this is my wife. It's my right." Hearing his son's words, my mother-in-law looked at me intently and quietly left the room. But her eyes had read our secret. One night, my husband was desperate. Drenched in sweat, he came close to me. He held my hand tightly and said in a raspy voice, "I have committed a sin in my life that I cannot forget. I have been given my share." I said with a broken heart, "I have confessed to you, and you have confessed to me. We both confess our sins." There was a yearning in my husband's eyes. He came closer to me, so close that we were almost touching each other. For the first time, I wrapped his hand around mine. That moment was without words or explanation. It was just a storm of emotions that swept us away. Now, every night brought a new secret. The distance between us narrowed. My mother-in-law was silent, as if she had understood everything. But a question lingered in our hearts. Was this all love or just physical yearning? One night, as moonlight streamed in through the window, my husband took my face in his hands and said, "There are no more veils left. You are the biggest reality of my life." Hearing his words, I closed my eyes, and time seemed to stop. It was our first time together, and it was a union so painful that I felt like I was experiencing it all for the first time. The surprising thing was that the white sheet was stained with such intensity that no one could believe I had been exploited before marriage. When my husband saw this, he loved me even more. My mother-in-law was also convinced that I was still a virgin. While I was wondering deep inside, how was all this possible? But I said yes.